your host, Ryan Vlahovich, featuring special guest, Nelly Avila.
Everybody to the first episode of Late on Cable 8. I'm your host, Ryan Vlahovich. Super happy to be here. You know, a year ago when I was a freshman, just starting off school, first coming to WSU, I would have never thought that I would be hosting a late night TV show because at the time all I was doing was just going to class. So now that I'm here, it makes me the happiest man in the world. It's a dream come true, so thank you to everybody watching tonight. Thank you to the directors and the producers of the show. I think we're in for an amazing season here. All right, so tonight we'll be covering a typical college topic, Greek life. And whether you're a member or not, almost every college student has an experience with Greek life in some way, shape, or form. But first, some headlines. Well, a little bit about me. I grew up in Seattle, so, West Coast. And as most of you know, that is a completely different world than Pullman. In fact, it's really like night and day. And we have a lot of skyscrapers and interesting buildings and stuff all over the place in the city. And my favorite is known as the MoPop, or the Museum of Pop Culture. And this thing is a museum that specializes in, pop culture. And it's designed to look like one of Jimi Hendrix's Fender guitars after it's been smashed and set on fire. How cool is that? That's a true story. That's actually the way it is. And you can only see this design if you're incredibly high. On top of the station. You look down from the area. Get your mind out of the gutter, Pullman. But anyway, that's the idea. You can see that from an aerial view. In Pullman, our equivalent is looking at the Coug logo on top of Beasley Coliseum with our drones. But regardless, no city in any state compares to the ones in Florida. It is a wild time over there. Anybody ever heard of Florida Man? With all the superhero craze going on, it'd be nice to see a superhero gain popularity that isn't from Marvel or DC. Well, if that's what you're looking for, look no further than the great state of Florida. The hero Florida Man is taking the swamp by storm. He's very non-traditional, to say the least, with his adventures including bringing his trusty pet gator into a convenience store and challenging DUI law by only drinking at stoplights and not while he's actually driving. So this man's a legend. And even though the various stories of Florida Man were technically inspired by different guys from Florida, nevertheless, check out floridaman.com if you want to hear more about my man, my new favorite superhero, Florida Man. Oh man, if any of you are out there expecting a child and that child is supposed to be born during September of this year, then boy, does KFC have a deal for you. The fast food chain is offering $11,000 in college tuition to the first family to name their child Harland. Yeah, Harland, after the real Colonel Harlan David Sanders. To be honest, $11,000 isn't a lot of tuition money in today's world, so I understand if you're too chicken to do it. But that amount of money ain't chicken feed either. Alrighty. A Japanese funeral home is now offering its own drive-thru service, giving the mourners the option to pay their final respects without even leaving their car. What an idea, man. Can you imagine how that went down in the marketing room? I'm wearing a suit, so it's perfect. I got it. When you're hungry, but you're busy and you got places to be, what do? You swing through McDonald's, grab a burger, and you're done, right? Now listen to this. Your loved one dies, and you've got to mourn. But again, you're busy. You got places to be, so what do? You swing through the funeral home, say goodbye, love you, catch you later, and boom, you're done. How it works. In his newest collaboration, DJ Khaled is pairing with Goldition in the furniture business. We the Best Home luxury furniture line is Khaled's next big project, including a piece of Khaled in every item. The Moguls line is meant to represent the importance of the home in his life and family. It is currently only available through Eldorado Furniture, with no set date for a nationwide release. Whether or not you're in need of a new couch All I can say is I hope there's a buy one, get another one free sale to kick off the line. Yo, man, a McDonald's patron noticed a blank wall in his local restaurant and thought it needed some spicing up. He and his friend took a photo of themselves eating McDonald's, edited the style, printed it out as a large poster, and hung it up on the wall. According to his Twitter, @Jevolution left the poster up for at least 50 days. This subversive graffiti increases the representation of Asian people in advertisements and is literally the best prank I've ever seen. Those two are actually self-made celebrities. Welcome to the future, or should I say back to the future. The Hena Hotel in Japan is now run by dinosaurs. Guests check in with their concierge, a robot velociraptor who speaks 4 languages. I hope this doesn't end up like Jurassic Park. Either way, this is literally the coolest idea ever. 1, it has dinosaurs, and 2, I don't have to talk to a single person in my whole stay. Oh, love this one. I hope you all remember day camp because this story is taking me back to the summer of 4th grade, where the counselors taught us silly songs, and there's one in mind that I actually can't really remember. Baby shark, do 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 do. Oh yeah. Anyway, unfortunately, one baby shark was snatched from the San Antonio aquarium by 3 thieves who smuggled the shark out of the aquarium in a baby carriage. In true Texas fashion, the shark napper has escaped in a red pickup truck. Thankfully, the shark has been returned to the aquarium and is alive and well, although the same cannot be said of the world's most annoying song. All right, that's all the news I can take for tonight. We'll be right back, Palouse.
Hey, there he is, our favorite pledge.
Welcome to your party, my bro.
Dude, you guys playing Pong over here?
You know it, boy.
Oh, hell yeah. Can I get in on this?
Sure, man. Celeb shots.
Hey, he's still going. He's like, me and you come up.
Here, man. Okay.
So.
You know what? Next time.
Next time.
Wait, bros. What's in here?
Milk, dude.
Milk! Milk?
Well, yeah.
Wait, but this is a frat, right? This is Wazoo. I mean, I expected, you know...
Wait. Are you insinuating that we need stimulants in order to have a good time?
Dude, it's 2018.
Yeah.
We're all over this whole alcohol abuse stuff.
And plus, this is Mu Iota Kappa. Here, we drink milk.
Milk!
You get it? Because our initials are MIK. Kind of smells milk.
Okay, sure, but is this the only frat that drinks milk?
I mean, I guess now that you mention it, yeah.
Well, Alpha Phi Lambda drinks apple juice, but yeah, we're the only one that drinks milk.
Wait, so do you guys have anything like normal that might get me a bit of a buzz going, or?
Hey, you got something there, Chad?
Chad, it's okay.
Dude,
It's nothing, bro.
Hey!
Dude, we took a vow. We were done with that stuff.
I can't hang around someone who jewels, dude. It's too far.
I swear, guys, it was just the one time. I swear on the sweet milk from the Mew cow.
No, Brosif. My dad had pharyngeal cancer. I can't hang around anyone who smokes.
Chad, you better get out of here with that cucumber BS. Go drink some water.
You guys are right, man. I think with your guys' help, I can totally kick this habit.
Of course, man. We're your bros.
Dude, you're a real brave bro.
Dude.
You know, tonight we can just have some nice, sober fun. We can maybe play some more Pong, maybe hit that mosh later.
Yeah.
Tips, listen to some Drake.
Yeah.
God's
Sign the walls.
Yeah.
And we can also play some Madden.
And respect women.
And let's drink some milk!
Yeah.
Sponsored by the Mothers Against Systematically Problematic Sons.
Our guest tonight is actually part of a multicultural sorority here at WSU. She's going to be the one talking about Greek life. Kappa Delta Chi is the one. Would you welcome Nelly Avila? Hey, nice to be on the show. Sit on down. Oh, hey, thanks for being here again. Honestly, we really appreciate it. Let's kind of start by getting to know you a little bit. What year are you?
This is actually my 5th year here at WCU.
Gotcha. What are you studying?
I'm studying microbiology and Spanish.
Nice, nice. What made you want to go into microbiology?
Well, actually, I'm one of those students that jumped around with what they're studying. So I did biology, hated it, and then I did nursing because the end goal was always to be a doctor, but I just didn't know how to get there, so that was my best route. And so I did nursing, and I had to take a microbiology class as a prereq, and I absolutely fell in love. It was like the most amazing. I loved the labs. It was like just awesome being like the best. Sorry, I'm not trying to be like bragging or nothing, but it was just nice, like having fun with it and still learning so much.
Do you think you're gonna get your PhD?
Eventually, yes, but right now the goal is to finish undergrad and then go to medical school.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, cool, good stuff. So, Kappa Delta Chi, what made you want to join?
So for me, when thinking about an organization, it was a lot about business. So I wanted a group of girls who would teach me how to grow and how to get those networks, because when you come to college, that's really what's it about, like growing and getting to know more people so that you can make moves in life. And so when I saw these bunch of girls, they all had different personalities. Like, it was so crazy. You had your quiet ones, your really loud ones, your really bossy ones, and your really like the followy ones. Yeah. And it worked out like so amazing when they had to put on events, because they just worked so well together, and no one like fought, no one made you feel left out. And even while they were doing their work, like during recruitment, like they still make you as an individual feel so at home. Like you literally felt like part of the clique, like you never felt excluded. And that's what I loved about it. I was like, not only are these girls on top of their game, but they're also like here to bring you that warmth that you need when you're like away from your family.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay, so for people who don't know, there is a big difference between a multicultural sorority and like a regular sorority in a lot of ways. So like, what makes a multicultural sorority? You know what I mean? Like what classifies a sorority as a multicultural one?
Well, the big obvious one is people of color.
Sure.
So on this campus, we're really small, and it's very predominantly white. And so when you find a group of people like this, our founder started with, you know what, we want a sisterhood who has values of unity, honesty, integrity, and leadership that we can procast on other girls so that they can grow as well. And in a like small community like this, you feel alone. It's crazy to say because it's only 20,000 students, you know, in a small little town.
Honestly.
But when you're, you know, Latin and you see no one in your classes that are Latin as well, like you feel like, wow, like, am I really gonna make it? Like, there's no one even here teaching it. Like, even your like Chicano classes are taught by white professors, you know, which is crazy. But like, when you find these group of people, you end up sticking with them, and what makes it different is just like that sense of background. You know, you have your culture, you have your sacrifice, you have your sufferings, you know, and these people can relate to you because they've gone through the same things themselves. And since we're a lot smaller, it's a lot more intimate, so we really get to know each other and who our sisters or brothers are, and it's just like that sense of belonging, and I feel like that's what's different, you know? You really get to know everyone. It's not just a big house of a bunch of girls you don't know, you know?
Sure. I had dabbled in rushing actually a little bit in my freshman year, and I remember the way it was with me and like the big houses with like 100 people is that you don't really become best friends with everybody. You find like 2 or 3 people that you become like super close friends with, but that's because it's like 100 to 150 guys. I feel like it's different in the situation where it's like 20 to 30. Like you do get way closer with everybody, especially considering you guys are growing. You all get to see that process kind of happen right before your eyes, and that even brings you closer, I guess. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, because even our classes are actually every semester, we have 30 girls in total. Every semester we get 5 to 7 girls around there.
Sure.
You know, like hitting that 10 or 15, like that's really amazing for us because you're already so small. Even I, as like a Latina, you know, I didn't even know of these like organizations because I was involved in so many other things. I was in marching band, I was in even Mecha, and it's multicultural, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know until I got to know more people of color, and they told me like, oh, I'm in these organizations, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's so low key. So like, but we're trying to grow, and we will. We only have 31 years on this campus, so
Yeah, sure.
give us time, we'll catch up.
Yeah. So, I look at Kappa Delta Chi. Are there other chapters at different schools for Kappa Delta Chi? Like, is it at other schools?
Oh yeah, we have 100 chapters, over 100
Really?
chapters. Yeah, so we have different chapters in different states and different schools, just like regular traditionals. Literally the only difference is just that ours says Latin based.
Yeah,
and
okay.
we started in 1987, so whereas these other ones started in the 1800s, you know?
Yeah, sure.
So we're growing. We still got those numbers.
Yeah.
It's just small numbers in
Sure,
other
sure.
places, you know?
So, I think that when you first come to a big college like this, the instant thought for a lot of people, for a lot of freshmen, is that they have to join some sort of fraternity or sorority. And they look to Greek Rome mainly. They look to, like, you know, the houses that do have 100 or more people. And I think when they hear about like the idea of a multicultural sorority or something like that, they're turned off because it's not the main thing. So it's almost like there's a stigma built around it. Do you guys notice that at all?
Well, like I said, we're already small, but we do feel like, you know, there's always going to be something pushing you away and making you want to stop because you're small now, you know?
Yeah.
But you always have to look at the bigger picture. Like, I mean, these organizations back then were probably looked at and like, what, a sisterhood? Like, you have your own family at home. What do you mean? You know?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
like, they grew, and so like, with these other people, they're just not informed. Just like how I wasn't. You know, they think, oh, multicultural. There's only 30 people, while our sisterhood has 150 people on them. It's like, okay, but what are your 150 people doing that is like different than us 30? Like, we're doing the same work or even more.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like being unrecognized. But that, like I said, that has to do with being small and being so surrounded by the people of color, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, that's where the difference is too, I see. Like, you come here, and we also don't accept first semester freshmen either way, because we want you to branch out. Like, really for us, it's about finding your connection, finding your home, because, and I mean, in traditionals, I don't know if it's like that, but I mean, I'm sure you're looking for a group of girls or boys to hang out with. But
Absolutely, yeah.
with us, we're looking for a family. We're looking for a support system, because you ain't got it. Like, when you're home, you have this big old community. Like, literally, your family's already big. Your community, like, you know everyone. And you have all this support, because to even get here, being first generation, which many of us are, is such a big step. So it's like, when you come and find these orgs, it's like, who's gonna help me? But also, like, while I help myself.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
So like, the stigma is kind of like, oh, they don't really exist, they don't really do anything, when it's like, in reality, you just don't know. Like, we're making these moves and we're growing and we're accepting people for who they are, you know, as individuals. So
Were you apprehensive before, like, kind of looking into it?
No, I felt like when I finally was like, oh, I want to join one.
Yeah, sure.
I did so much research, like, but never in my mind did it cross traditional, just because I personally know I wouldn't fit in, because I just can't relate, you know? It's a whole nother culture, a whole nother, you know?
Absolutely.
And like with this, it's just so, it's Latina based. So like, they have the same values that I do. They understand where I come from.
Yeah.
And why I have those values. It's not defined by that, but
But that's a big pull.
yeah, it does play a big part
Yeah.
of it. Because like I said, it's just like when I wanted to look for, I was like, who's gonna help me grow?
Yeah.
And then when I actually went through it, like, it just became like, wow, who's gonna support me? And I like had this whole group of girls like behind me, and that's what it was for me. Like,
Yeah, I
who's
can
gonna help me
understand
grow
that.
and who's gonna support me while
Yeah.
I'm doing it? Not hey, these are the steps that are gonna grow, but I don't want to see you take them. Those are my steps.
Sure.
You go a different route.
Yeah,
You figure it out for
absolutely.
yourself, you know?
Yeah.
It's never like that.
So, you guys have any events going on pretty soon?
Actually, we do our recruitment events the second week of each semester, so keep a lookout then. If you're interested, follow us on Katie Kai WSU on Facebook or Instagram. But yeah, we typically do our events then. But yeah, none coming up anytime soon.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Anybody want to shout out, by the way, while you're on TV?
Shout out to my little, I love you, Jackie Estrada, and shout out to all my sisters. You guys know I love you and everything. You guys made me who I am today, and I really appreciate you all for that.
Isn't that great? Awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Yeah,
being on the
thank
show.
you for
Nelly
having
Avila,
me.
everybody. All right. And also, that is it for everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this first episode of Late on Cable 8. We'll see you next time, everybody.